Response video, I guess, to Heroin Church. Yeah. Dirt on the thing. Yeah, whatever. You know, I don't know why you have to keep making this complicated. I mean, well, I'll just play this little bit. Your funny face there, isn't it? Yeah, that's where I stopped the video. Random. That's a funny one, too. He makes funny faces.
Blocked. But my videos, they get blocked. Why is that?
So he's making a comparison between him and HannibalBarca. Now, you can't figure out the distinction. I mean, we were what sort of is called friendly, right? Sort of, right? Friends, kind of, yeah? And then one day you make a video calling me a cult leader and a bully. And you don't see the difference? And then you start making videos showing that old stinking lousy Hitler thing, and you show pictures of my house, and you keep getting in my face. And you don't understand why that would piss me off. It doesn't even piss me off. It creeps me the fuck out, actually. I mean, you know, I don't owe you anything. I'm sorry you think I do, but I don't. I don't owe you anything. I don't. Leave me alone. You can't understand that? You did this in the past under your Love That Soy account. You did exactly the same thing, right? One day you just showed up and started being all snarky and saying, why don't you kill yourself to prove you're right, or some kind of crap like that. I mean, why should I have to accept this crap from you? You got some complaint about me? Well, then you PM me with your complaint. You're going to make a video taking cheap shots at me, and you're not even going to give me a fair warning? I'm supposed to say, thank you, buddy? Whatever. I mean, look, as far as I can see, you're just whoring for attention. The only reason why you want me to talk to you is because there might be some way you network through that. I don't see anything about you that's at all sincere. You can't possibly be sincere, because you can't possibly think you would want to be treated the way you treat other people. I mean, you're a bitch. I mean, so that part of being a girl, you've gotten down really good. You're one hell of a fucking bitch. So I don't know what to say to you. Yeah, I just don't want to have anything to do with you. Argue whatever it is, your crazy philosophy. Argue it all you want. I don't know why I have to be related to it. I don't want to argue nihilism. I think it's fundamentally retarded. So fucking retarded, I don't even have words for how retarded it is. And I'm really quite amazed. Maybe this should be the subject of the video. I should do videos on. I don't know. I mean, how can people possibly come up with this idea that it only matters when they're alive? Animals don't suffer once they're dead. Other people don't suffer once they're dead. Right? So I wasn't here during the Civil War, so all those people didn't suffer. None of those women had pain during childbirth. None of the slaves suffered because I wasn't here. How can I possibly think that? What is that shit? How could I think it doesn't matter if I'm not here, number one, and number two, these idiots don't think it matters anyway. I mean, you people are insane. You're fucking insane. You think philosophy is, how do I live my life so I get the most stuff, and everybody else doesn't really matter? Because there's no morality or ethics? I mean, morality is a stupid word, but there's no ethics. There's no value equations I have to worry about. It's just about how do I maximize how much shit I get. I mean, that's almost, that's what I'm hearing coming out of people's mouths. I'm just like, what the fuck? Why would I want to even associate with those people? Why would I hang out with them? In your video, you explicitly pointed out that you don't get the idea of reincarnation. You don't get the idea that the way you got here was because people in the past did nothing to stop your existence. That the people, you know, and that there's a basic similarity between people's circumstances. That the snowflakes are not unique in the substance. In every way that matters, they're not unique. In every way that matters, they're fucking identical. And there's just no difference between my snowflake and that snowflake and that snowflake and that snowflake. I mean, I've made videos about this. You've heard these arguments, and you're saying you don't understand? You don't understand how it doesn't matter who has a broken leg. It just matters that a leg is broken and someone's in pain. And you don't understand that? And you're going to complain to me that it's my obligation somehow to make you understand that? Well, it's not. I mean, it's just a simple IQ test, in my opinion. If you can't pass that test, I don't need you around. You can't be useful for much but stopping doors. You might be mopping floors, but I don't see what fucking possible use you could possibly be if you can't get simple shit like that right. So I don't know what you're talking. I don't know where you're talking it from. You're fucked in the head. Fine. Be fucked in the head with somebody else, because I don't need, you know, I just don't need fuck ups on my team. All right, I need some guy who's going to run with the football in the wrong direction. How am I supposed to consider you valuable when you're a fucking time bomb waiting to blow up in my face? So anyway, people can do whatever they want. You want to hang out with Heroin Church? Hang out. I don't give a fuck. All right, I'm done with it. As long as he doesn't as long as he can avoid putting my name in his videos and posting Hitler images, he can do whatever the fuck he wants, and you can do whatever the fuck you want. I just don't want to have anything to do with him. All right, he's not constructive, in my opinion. There's no point in somebody making arguments and doing an about face 3 days later and then doing a, well, I didn't really mean kill ugly babies, or whatever the fuck he does. I mean, this who the fuck needs this shit? I don't need it. I got enough liabilities dealing with my personality defects. Why the hell do I need to waste my time covering for yours? So anyway, just leave me alone. All right, Hannibal Barca. So yeah, Hannibal Barca's treated different because he's always been my enemy. He's an ignorant, stupid fuckwit. Why should it's a whole different class of destruction. Benedict Arnold is famous not because he was the greatest soldier for the Confederacy. For the English. It's because he was the greatest traitor. Fucking idiot. So anyway. He's got a video titled, again, this, Ephilists Are Just Another Religion. Let's see what the in is. In sheep's clothing. So somehow there's a secret something, a hiding. The wolf is hiding, disguising itself, as we're going to end life on earth. But it's really because it's for a religious reason. Because some kind of UFO told us to, or some God told us to. No, I don't think that'll work. What else are religions made out of? UFOs and gods. What else is there? UFOs, gods. Now, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. So I think you're going to fail to make this argument, Mr. Scientist.
Okay, we've been waiting for this for a little bit now.
Oh, whatever.
For the religious inclination of these ethicists, these severe antinatalists, to display itself, and it has finally done so.
Ah, good. Thank God it displayed itself. I mean, what is it? Something on my penis, was it? I don't know. Let's see.
When I made the statement that there is no real morality or ethics, it's a non-existent thing. It's a complete...
Yeah, right. There's no such thing as a difference between feeling good and feeling bad. There's no value to the value distinction between those two things. You're just being fooled to think there is. You should just enjoy, liver cancer as much as you enjoy a chocolate cupcake. Chemo, let's just say chemo. We won't say cancer, but this guy thinks survival is the only thing that matters. And yet, this is how well he takes care of himself. This guy thinks survival is the only thing that matters. And yet, look at him. I mean, he's a heart attack just waiting to strike. It just amazes me, these fuckwits. I love life, and I think survival, and that's all they care about. And look at how they take care of themselves. I mean, just amazing.
the human construct, they immediately began trying the straw man that they knew, that we all knew that they would try to do so. Now, I was going to say something.
How is it? How are we straw manning you by saying it's ludicrous? It's a ludicrous proposition to think that there's no value created by sentience. It's just flat out ludicrous. How's that a straw man? I mean, it's just somehow defeat that argument with some kind of rational. How is my own eyewitness testimony flawed? Explain it to me, asshole. I mean, you can't. Even if this was the Matrix, even if it was completely a delusion, it doesn't matter. It's as Einstein would say, it's one hell of a delusion, and it's such a real delusion that it might as well be a reality because it's just so real. I mean, I can't. It's just idiotic. It's not just beyond a reasonable doubt. It's beyond any kind of doubt. I know that it's better for me not to have a needle in my eye right now. There's just no doubt about it.
But then Jealous Again 17 really kind of beat me to the punch, and it did it in a way that I had to admit is really great. It's better than what I came up with.
And probably some circular logic coming, folks. Get ready.
This is what he says in response to this idiot mug tracker who was a troll. I blocked them. I don't want to deal with these people. I've had to grab about 6 of them.
Oh, yeah, wow.
One of them has already had 3 different accounts.
Blah, blah, blah,
It's
blah.
the Fistful of Penises guy, which is probably
Yeah, I hate that guy, too.
the pumpkinful. Maybe not. One of my other subscribers said, wait a minute, I think I know who this individual is, and it's not them, so it may not be them. Regardless, it's good to be on your guard.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, thanks for all this crap.
This is what he says, though. If ethics and morality, this is the muck dragger guy, if the ethics and morality don't exist, then it's not a relevant argument against antinatalism, which you are continually trying to use. If ethics don't exist, then there's nothing wrong with forcibly eliminating all life on planet Earth or anywhere else in the universe. You're shooting yourself in the foot with these arguments. And Jealous Again 17 says,
Yeah, well, you're shooting yourself in the foot in the sense that, there's nothing for you to argue about. There's nothing for you to even be on the internet concerning yourself with. It's ludicrous. You're defending your own subjective opinions on the internet? What the fuck is that? And they're irrelevant, de facto? We already start off with the premise that no one's opinions are relevant, because there's no conversation to be had on the subject of value that's rational. So we're just arguing subjectivity at each other. How could that possibly have any meaning? How could that possibly be a fruitful use of time? It would be preposterously stupid. Why the fuck would I get on the internet to argue the fact that I think pizza tastes better than, I don't know, a frog sandwich? Why the fuck would I waste my time doing that?
this in reply. No. Is the relevant argument? No, it is the relevant argument against antinatalism. If ethics and morality don't exist, then it takes their point out of eliminating the human race for ethical reasons.
Yeah, well then, so we could. So you're arguing that we can't legitimately argue for ethical reasons that life is is a waste and that it doesn't do anything constructive. So it's a machine running that consumes more gasoline and value than it does create productive work. And so we can't do it for that reason, but we could do it just because we hate human beings or we hate living things. That would be legitimate. Yeah, you're insane. You're so stupid. You're insane.
Basically, absolutely correct. On the other hand, and this is the part I really like, on the other hand, it does not take the reasoning out of mass sterilization for no reason at all. Exactly. Why would you suddenly need to end the human race if there's no ethical consideration to do so, or to mass...
Yeah, again, like I said, why would I have a conversation with somebody who thinks it's okay to kick cats if you want to? Why would I even indulge a person this fucking psychotically insane? I mean, and you're an idiot who calls people sociopaths. I mean, isn't that the definition of a sociopath? And you're a person who calls people nihilists, and isn't this the definition of a nihilist? I mean, it's amazing. You're a fucking sociopath, you lunatic. God damn, you self-diagnosed.
Sterilize people or to kill people who have children. What is your justification if there's clearly no ethical reason to do so?
Because they smell. People smell.
Which there isn't. Not only that,
And they're ugly and they're fat.
but something has been realized by a number of other people on the other video. I'm going to go to that. I should have had this queued up already. I didn't do that, though, unfortunately. Something that's been recognized by Don Quixote Call, and...
Yeah, a profound retard.
Jesus, I can't believe I forgot his name. Jesus Christ. Don Quixote Call has recognized this, and I'll have you in a second, I promise.
Yeah, you're really doing well.
Now I feel like an
Nice.
asshole.
Thank you. Yeah, well, you should feel like one.
Yeah, it's right in front of me. Capitroni Belafonte. Both recognize, along with a couple other people, that this is the religious ideal.
Here we go. Now we get into the religious part. Oh, good. So we're only 3 minutes and 18 seconds into the video. We're finally getting to the subject of the video. Super.
Somehow there is an objective moral reality that lies beyond our experience, which would place it in the same realm as God.
Right. So if you recognize that cats can suffer, you just created a religion. If you recognize that the people of the past and the people of the future will be able to feel and have a welfare, you've now just created a religion. Brilliant.
These are supposed to be atheists. Isn't Amendum's big banner DoNotGod.com? So where's this coming from if we know there isn't any real ethical morality?
Yeah, again, you argue that, like, you think if I put that as a question and asked that to the average human, that most people would say, oh, of course, you're right, there's no ethics. Cats don't feel. That feelings don't matter. What things experience doesn't matter. That, this guy in the bottle here, Buffalo Bill put in a bottle. No, what he went through doesn't matter. His experience doesn't matter. Yeah. You're fucking crazy. You're just fucking crazy. You're just too stupid. I mean, I think this flip camera might be able to figure out, that cats can feel.
Other than the human construct and the constructs that help us to survive out of our natural evolution. Where's it coming from? What are they?
Like I said, it's just an obvious circumstance. We experience consciousness. We see consciousness and all the other things. We know we're genetically related. We know their brains are functioning. They have neurons. They are experiencing. This isn't complicated. You're retarded.
Healing to. And as Jealous Again 17 already pointed out, we've taken away their reason to need to eliminate people's lives or to sterilize them. So what are they appealing to now?
Yeah, right. We're appealing to the appeal to cancer hurts. Yeah, what a horrible argument that is. Yeah. Oh, the appeal to suffering sucks. Oh, ludicrous. What a preposterous theory. Suffering sucking. Oh, come on. Oh, that's absolutely ludicrous. It's like I can feel all the energy just, disconnecting inside of me. I can feel my neurology is just saying, Gary, just give up, die. Just get out and die. You can't live here. You can't do this. You just can't have to have this argument. You can't. This is too stupid. It's too stupid an argument. You can't do it, Gary. You just can't. You can't. And I just have to buck up, Gary. Come on, hang in there. Take a deep breath. Come on. You're only halfway through it.
And they don't seem to see it. I like Don Quixote.
Yeah, well, this is a premise that it's a non-starter. You know what that means? It means you can't have there's no argument until we fix this one. So yeah, just don't bother communicating with me. Don't bother mentioning my name. And you want to talk about antinatalism because you think there's no value in the universe, then fine, go ahead. You're batshit insane. But I just wish you'd just leave me out of the conversation, asshole, because we have nothing to communicate about. Absolutely nothing. I wouldn't be on the internet. I wouldn't be communicating to other people if I didn't think there was any value, you dumb fucking idiot. And I don't think it's subjective. Again, I have no interest to get on the internet and talk about, how my fingernails are prettier than yours. I really don't.
Well, as a reply to Capitrano here, I thought I caught a whiff of the original sin bullshit drifting from these mental midgets, and I have to agree with that. And I've compared their endgame to Dominionists. What if they are actually in league with the other end of the Days Seekers? The other end.
Whatever. You want to just call us Masons or something. I mean, I just can't believe this. You're just too fucking insane. You're just so fucking batshit insane.
End of Days Seekers.
Somebody's got to put a net over you.
Convert atheists to the alternative mindfuck. All because they really hate women. Wouldn't that be a trip? If this were really about everyday limp-dick misogyny.
Oh, look who's talking. Look who is talking. Look at this guy. Look at this. Look at this guy. I mean, come on.
Can't get laid equals everything must die.
What lays you? Manatees? I mean, what's? I don't even know what would be a common species with you. You fucking tub of shit. God, what a joke! Like you could even find your dick, let alone there would be any physics that it would allow it to come in contact with some other person.
What if it is about that? Well, let's think about this. Really, when we look at this, in terms of a female rights thing, the onus of all of this is really on the female to speak.
Oh, whatever. That doesn't have to be the onus, but that's what the biology did. That's right. It's just a biological circumstance, okay? We could have been seahorses and the argument still would have been the same, right? It wouldn't change the argument any. The point is men and women choose to have children. That's what we're arguing with, is their choice. We're not arguing with biology. Retard.
Pyro has already pointed out several times that this is a matter of pro-choice versus pro-life. And I'll link his video where he talks about this again down in the low bar.
All right. Pro-choice on drunk driving, pro-choice on rape, pro-choice on child molestation. Let's have pro-choice on every ethical question. Pro-choice on whether you want to hook up to the nuclear power plant. I mean, this is just idiotic. Pro-choice on genetically mutated food. Pro-choice on dirty burning of coal. So, yeah, I could choose to buy cheap coal, energy, and pollute the atmosphere. Yay!
And this will go up after the other videos, and I've linked that and that one too with untempered steels and tranquils. Remember Pumpkinful?
So what have you done here? Okay, we're 3/4 of the way in here, 5 minutes, 36 seconds. You haven't said a motherfucking thing. You certainly haven't proven anything about any kind of religion in sheep's clothing.
How he thought about sex drive and about women, especially women who display sexuality, obviously. Cappy answers Don Quixote call. I think that's part of it, but there are antinatalist women too, and that's an important point. By running into the last few days.
Yeah, and they're hot too, fucker. Ha 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 ha. Fuck you.
There have been female antinatalists posting on these videos too, and here's my take on it. On top of getting laid, these are socially inept people. On top of the getting laid thing, These are socially inept people, many of whom are...
Oh, what? Yeah, right. Okay, so I'm socially inept, yet I got on YouTube, whatever it is, 4 years ago or whatever, 5, and started just talking on YouTube, right? And now everybody knows my name, and yet I'm socially inept. Interesting.
Severely depressed because they are so upset they will never be the person their fantasies about being. Their reaction is that...
Look, want me to just make up stuff about you, fatty? I can do that. I can just make up stuff about how right now you're thinking about sucking a 5-year-old's dick. Right now, that's what you're thinking about. I can make up shit about you. I mean, this is disgusting, you fucking weasel. Who the fuck do you think you are? Huh? You fucking fat, useless pile of shit. That's what you are.
They hate knowing other people can be happy. That's part of what I think anyway.
Okay, well, part of what I think is that you like to suck baby boy dick. Yeah.
I think that all of you guys that I have just named in here, including Untempered Steel, pointing out to Jasmine that the body over Ayn Rand lives on her followers. I think that's an important point, too.
Yeah, I don't know how it's important to anything. What Ayn Rand has something to do with this somehow? Huh? What you just gonna make shit up, spout it on the internet, right? Well, good. Keep doing that kind of shit.
And it is like Jasmine said. Is there any good and good enough for objectivists? And he's talking about the old objective morality thing. Untempered Steel says this to Jasmine. Good enough for creationists, good enough for antinatalists.
Right. So you're saying that you have some sort of definitive statement, right, that can prove me wrong in something I've articulated as what I have described as the reality of our circumstance. So why don't you take one of those Ephesus videos and find one sentence in it that you can disprove? And until then, I'd say you're just a fucking flabby fucking hemorrhoid on the internet. You're a hemorrhoid in fat guy clothing.
As an answer is good enough for objectivists. That is what Tripp calls himself, as well as antinatalist. This is God.
Well, look, you can't. If you don't understand that the word objective was around before Ayn Rand decided to name her cause after it, then you're an idiot. Okay, you're really too stupid for words. The word has existed for a long, 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 long time, and has to do with perspective. And yeah, so this is just an idiotic argument, asshole.
I was addressing the first video. What a group, eh? All love Jasmine, yeah. What a group. Look at what we are dealing with. Seriously.
Yeah, well, you and your trolls are going to just become more and more irrelevant. If this is going to be your premise for any argument you're going to make on the internet, I don't really see how anybody who's rational is going to pay any attention. I mean, nobody's going to accept your premise in every argument that the value doesn't matter. I mean, that's just idiotic.
Has there ever been a greater cadre of miscreants? Appealing to invisible authority. As I said, the onus of...
Invisible, what's the invisible authority? No, they're appealing to the reality that there's a huge difference between me sitting here making a video and me sitting here making a video with a needle in my eye. It's a value difference.
This is on the woman. The male doesn't have much of a stint in this.
We know that most people who have babies, still most, are couples, asshole. So this is a bullshit argument, too.
Social ineptness. Can't get laid. All these things. What are we really dealing with here? Are we simply dealing true?
You're just. I bet you have more bacteria walking on the surface of your skin than 90% of the humans walking. Yeah, I'll just cut to 90. This there are a lot of gross people out there. But you're in the top 10. You're in the top 10.
Truly, as I've said before, we are dealing with a religion. I think we are.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, like I said, a religion with no dogma and no deity. Yeah, great. Well, no dogma besides the recognition that, things suffer, and suffering is nothing like orgasm.
I think this is a full-blown cult religion.
I think you want to suck little boy dick.
And the only thing we can do now is sit back and watch the stupidity run rampant. Because they are going to be scrambling to try and come up with a counter to this.
Yeah, the counter is, there's no, I can't show you some sort of universal Rosetta Stone that's going to validate, where it's written by a god that suffering sucks. We can only deduce these truths from the evidence. That's all we can do. But I will say that, there's not going to be any more evidence. I mean, you experience the evidence of your own consciousness. And if you can't recognize the value difference, then you are a sociopath. That's sort of like what serial killers do. They recognize no value. You're a fucknut.
Basically, Jealous Again, in one comment of 500 characters, countered anything they could come up with. Jealous Again 17 did that with just one comment.
Yeah, well, instead of the FBI watching me, the marshals, they should be watching you and your commenters, because you're a scary fucking bunch.
Not only does it demonstrate that AI have subscribers that think, and they're thinking constantly.
Yeah, about sucking little boy dick.
The weakness of what they're claiming. Is just...
Yeah, that consciousness exists. Ooh, that's insane.
As weak as any kind of creationist stuff that we would hear from somebody like Ken Hovind. It's all the same bullshit. And it's ridiculous.
Alright, whatever. There's a point where, I won't do it yet, but there's a point where just anybody who's subscribed to you needs to get blocked, because you're just this is preposterous nonsense. You should be run off the fucking internet talking this kind of shit. It is just too stupid. Explain. I should give you the right or the privilege of explaining exactly how you can possibly say consciousness has no value meaning, that experience has no value meaning, that anything sentient that is having a pain-pleasure experience isn't creating a value meaning. I mean, how can I fucking communicate with something that can't recognize that truth? I'm speechless that you could do this. I mean, this is just, I have never heard anybody this preposterously stupid on the internet. You have now won the award. I mean, there have been a ton of really dumb motherfuckers on the internet in the 15 or 17 years I've been fucking around on it, but you have to win the dumbest motherfucker I've ever heard on the internet award.
Just wanted to point that out, though. I think I'm going to bed.
So you can dream about sucking little boy dick. Okay. Well, whatever. I just, there's just, you're just like, whoa. And people are concerned that the human race would no longer exist on Earth, so this shit could no longer exist. What a horrible tragedy. I mean, it's laughable. Anyway, enough of video. Yeah, that's enough. I'll go back to watching Hannibal Lecter. That's a smart person movie. I like it. Yes. Blah, 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 blah. I can't remember what she's saying there. Yeah, that's after... Yeah, that's the second meeting. Yeah. This is one where he's heading off to Memphis, I think. Anyway. That's one hell of a trip. So, yeah, that'd be all. Have a nice day.